Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Chris from Stamp Blessings, and it's my virtual open house. So today is Saturday, the 9th, September 9th, 2023. Now you can play along with us because we do have some prizes. Earlier I went over the prizes that are, first prize is your choice of a $20 stamp set. Second prize is a really cute magic gnome, and he is a petite perk, so you can't buy these, only demonstrators can get a hold of them. And then third prize is a package of bling, which is always welcome. So there's lots of ways to earn tickets. You can take a screenshot of this or check back to one of my previous posts. And you know what, if you want to find me easily, go ahead and look for this tag because I'm tagging everything hashtag Chris, and then a capital V, a capital O, a capital H for virtual open house, and then I'm putting on 2023 so that we can keep it straight. So that's how you can find all of my following posts. If you can't watch them live, then you can watch the replay. Always comment, like, share, do all that lovely stuff because it helps me and you're earning a ticket. So Close to My Heart has a program called the Stamp of the Month. And when you purchase $50 before shipping and tax, you can get the stamp set for just $5, or you can buy it at retail for $19.95. And if you are a VIP and you spend $50, you get it for free. So that's kind of cool. All right, thanks, Melissa. I see your comment just popped up. Yay, I'm glad you're here watching, and Jackie too. So this beautiful card is cased. I cased it, yes, from Becca Whitman. I love her style. It is gorgeous. Earlier I shared this more involved card. So I did a lot of tone-on-tone stamping and sponging. But Janice has a video tutorial out there already for that. So I just thought I would share if you wanted to make a quick and easy card. This is so beautiful. There's no layering, just some easy coloring. However, I realize now that I left my watercolor pencils downstairs. So guess what? We might be playing with this instead, which is okay because that's what we carry now, and our watercolor pencils are no longer around. So I guess that's a happy accident. I'm going to start with my base, which is the craft cardstock from Close to My Heart. And I'm going to just do a little tone-on-tone stamping with the toffee ink. So I'll get a block, and this fun stamp postage is the perfect background. Now, Close to My Heart sells their stamps. They are a special acrylic stamp set, so they really hold up well. I mean, I've had many for years, so I have had no problems with them. And this block is just a little bit short, so I'm going to use this one and put it on the back here. There we go. And here's my tone-on-tone craft. And here we go. So these are the magnetic ink pads that Close to My Heart has. And they, attach, so they're really great. And then you take off the lid if you don't want to lose it. You just, go like this. And now you have the top and the bottom together. So very nice. And it's a nice big size. So I'm going to just do this really quick. Hopefully you don't get bored. I'm going to put the foam that came with the stamp set underneath it. And because I don't want to get ink on my foam, I'm going to just slip that underneath there. There we go. I also have this great Versamark mat from Close to My Heart. Can you believe that I just unpacked it now for this video? I don't know what was I thinking not using it before. But I'm going to just keep moving this stamp set around so that I'm not always getting the same image on the side. Sometimes I'll want that square. Sometimes I'll want the circle. Sometimes I just want the little zigzags. And I'm just doing this kind of quick and messy just to give you an idea of what we're looking for. I don't have to do the whole card, and I could even probably turn it upside down because nobody's gonna know I'm just having the edge showing. Makes it a little bit easier for stamping. Get that square again. But that's what makes a nice quick card, right? You don't have to do a lot of thought process into it. A little bit more of that zigzag there. Perfect. All right, and I'm gonna just pull this off. I would say when you pull off stamps, I've had just one or the other tear. So just be careful, you know, kind of take your thumb and peel it. I just now went like that, but that's because I'm in a rush and trying to demo for you. So here's my lid. And earlier on my first catalog walkthrough, I talked about the stamp chamois. This is what it looks new. And here is a well-used and well-loved one. So, but they're great for cleaning off hands with inky spots. And again, getting off any ink that you don't want to be around. Okay. So I'm going to set this aside. And in case you were wondering the size, this is just a standard A2, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now for my white panel, I did make it a little bit smaller. This is a 1/2 inch shorter, so the length is 5 inches, and it's 3 1/4 across. So you can just see that as I line that up, it's 3 3 3/4. Sorry, 3 3/4. Now, this is close to my heart's intense black ink. Is what we carry now for, you can watercolor with it, you can use alcohol markers with it, and just for standard stamping. I do find that you want it to be pretty inky unless you use a stamping platform to repeatedly get a nice coverage. But I'm going to just show you how to ink up. So we do carry the refills, and close to my heart refills are pretty big. Look at that compared to like a standard size, right? This is like almost 3 inches tall, and it says 1 US fluid ounce. So I guess I thought it was more than that, but it's a lot. So I shake it well, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and go around the corners and zigzag like any other re-inking. If you find that it's not really soaking in well, you know, maybe it's not as dry as you thought, or it's just not going in as quickly as you thought, then what I do is I take a plastic spoon and then just kind of smooth it out. Okay, so now that's going to be really, really juicy, and I'll get a nice impression. I just wanted to share how you did that, and I would recommend, if you have an intense black ink and you haven't bought a refill, you'll want to go ahead and get one of those because it's just handy to have on. So I did ink this one up earlier, so let's see how that works. And here's the main image. This has been probably one of the ones most featured, but this is quite lovely too, and it makes a great background. But we're going to go ahead and do this one. So when I ink up, I like to lay it on its back and then just kind of tap and move that ink pad around. Okay, perfect. Make sure I'm on the sponge. Yep. And then I'm going to come on down and just go ahead and go like that. And I like to kind of walk my fingers around. No, hopefully you can see that I'm not off the camera, but there you go. I like to walk my fingers around and just let it sit for a minute. And I got a pretty good image. Yeah, I'm going to leave it. I had pre-stamped an extra one just in case because I wanted to be prepared. But I'll go ahead and use this one, I think. But I do want to hit it with the heat gun really quick because since I'm going to put water on it, I don't want that ink to run. And I'm doing it so quickly, right? So it doesn't normally run, but if I heat set it real quick, I shouldn't have any problem on camera. All right, perfect. So I'm going to just clean up this stamp real quick, and look at how quick that goes. Nice. And that's clean. And I like to just keep my stamp chamois in a container, although Close to My Heart does sell a fancy schmancy container. All right, so since I forgot my watercolor pencils, which is how I did this one, but I did need the paints for the black splatter, so I guess we're okay. Luckily, I am somewhat prepared. All right. So I have a water brush, and I'm going to start with probably my yellow because that's the lightest color. I had black on here before, so we're gonna hopefully, oh, it's thankfully coming out just fine. And I'm gonna just do some quick loose watercoloring, and then I saw a beautiful monarch fly by this morning, by the way. Kind of flipped there my ideas, but yeah, it was so beautiful. It was bright yellow, and I'm gonna just add a little orange in there. Perfect. Now when I clean out a water brush, I love it. It's so easy. I just pull and go like that. Of course, you get an inky hand, but so many people go back and forth on the paper, and I feel like that ruins the brush. So I'm gonna just use my stamp chamois real quick too. That works. All right, now even though this is stamped in black, I'm gonna go over it with a little green. These are the paint sets that Close to My Heart sells. And I labeled the lid with numbers. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, maybe over the white. But Close to My Heart has done a tutorial in the past on their Make It From Your Heart website. And it tells you if you combine, number 19 with number 10 and a little bit of number 30, you get one of their colors. So it's kind of cool. But I'm usually close enough where I don't really sweat too much about it. So I'm going to just loosely watercolor over this black leaf to have a little bit of the green showing. Nice. Such a pretty card. And then now for the big hurrah with those black splatters, what I did for that, because I don't have a black shimmer brush, I thought I did, but I didn't. So what I'm going to do is just come in and get that black really wet with my water brush. And I'm working on a craft mat that's a little bit small, but I think it should work. And I'm going to just tap my brush. See how I kind of like, I'm holding it loosely in between my fingers like this, and then I can just kind of come down and hit it a little bit hard, and it gives me these beautiful splatters, and I move it around. Love it. Perfect. I don't always have such luck on camera, so I'm pretty excited. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with the heat gun one more time because it has a lot of water on it. And this is just white daisy cardstock, so it's not even watercolor paper, but it held up fine for that little bit, that I had. And I'm picking up some of that toffee from the mat that I never cleaned off before. All right, but that did that a nice job there. So I'm going to move this mat now because it's got toffee ink on it. All right, perfect. The last thing I need is a little sentiment, and this Stamp of the Month set has some nice sentiments. It's got this beautiful scripty thinking of you. It's got a nice happy birthday. I like that typeset look. And then it's got a little thank you. And I'm always in need of thank you cards. I just sent my mom a big bulk of happy birthday and thank you cards. She always loves getting them. And it's so funny. It's cute. Each time my parents are like, oh, Chris, that was the best batch yet. So each time they must be either getting better or I don't know. We'll see. All right, I'm going to come down, and I love that this mat, I can really see on it. I'm like, aha, this is why people like this mat so much. Ooh, and I came down too hard. This is that ink pad that I just juiced up, so now it's a little bit maybe too juicy. Let me try that again and not press quite as hard. Let's try it one more time. Touch. Here I was just bragging that things were working out. Yay! That one did turn out well. All right, and then I have my close to my heart. Sorry about that camera hit. Working under a camera is sometimes a little bit funny. When I do a flag edge to my cinnamon strips, this is something I like to teach at my workshops. I just snip in down the center, then I turn my paper and come in from each corner and meet where I made that snip. And it comes out pretty nice. Like there I missed it a little bit, so I can just come back. Perfect. And again, I just go in. I go in about, I would say, 1/4 of an inch. Hopefully you can see that okay. If you're leaving comments, I really, really appreciate it. If you have a question, be sure to post that and I will get back to you. I am kind of on tiptoes. I see Linda said, thanks for the tips. Yay, I'm glad this helps. I'm not that tech savvy that I can respond and create at the same time. All right, so in my eagerness to come up here, guess what I did forget? Glue and tape runner. Yeah, I'm looking around real quick. But I'm going to just dry assemble this for you then so that you can see. So here is our A2 card base, which was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then our panel, which was 3 3/4 by 5. And I just stamped the main focal image of our current stamp of the month. Did a little watercoloring and a little splattering with our watercolor paints. And you can see on this one, I used watercolor pencil. So the effect, I'm thinking, I don't know. The watercolor paints are a little bit more opaque, I noticed, and then the watercolor pencils are a little bit more transparent, I would say. But both of them are lovely. And guess what? Whoever gets this card isn't going to see the other version, so they will never know. And then the final thing is to add this little thank you strip. You could even cut it down a little bit more narrow, I think. I don't know, am I going to be able to cut a straight line? These scissors are a little bit short, but yeah, pretty good. And then you could pop that, or you could just put it flush. I tend to not pop a lot because I just like to be able to put it in the mailbox and not worry about it ever, ripping or getting smushed. So that was a quick and easy, clean and simple card using Close to My Heart's Stamp of the Month. Remember that you can get this for just $5 when you order 50, or if you're a VIP, it is free. When you order at my website, I always send a thank you note. It's always a month delayed, sometimes 2. Yes, I will admit it. But I send a thank you, and usually a little thank you gift is tucked in there. And I automatically enter you to win my Hostess rewards. So during my previous video, I pulled out 2 winners for August Hostess rewards, and they each now get to pick out $25 of free product. So you can't go wrong when you order from me. I appreciate it, and I hope that you then enjoy the benefits of it too. So I will be back at 3 o'clock for another card. I'll be featuring, I think I'm going to be featuring the poinsettia set. And now that I say that, let's see what the name is. The Holiday Banner. We're going to make another really clean and simple, quick card. I hope you enjoy this easy series. Sometimes they're much more involved cards, but I wanted to show you that if you're short on time, you can still make a really, really good looking card. All right, I will see you at 3 o'clock.